processional, O Canada. Alberta, fanfare and processional, O Canada, on the left side.
It is my pleasure to introduce a special and important addition to Convocation ceremonies that reminds us all of the ancestral lands of the First Peoples of Canada. This song is called a victory song, and it will start us off in a good way at every one of our Convocation ceremonies. Over the past hundreds of years, there have been many victory songs that have been passed down through generations. These songs have a special power to them and therefore carry such great meaning, as this song correlates with the treaties signed with the Crown and the First Peoples of Canada. The treaties were agreements signed as a foundation for ongoing relationships in understanding one another, so that we live together in a respectful relationship as we move forward together to advance reconciliation. We present this song to uplift the spirit and to encourage all of us to come together, sing, and dance in victory in the graduates, for the graduates' accomplishments. It is my pleasure today to introduce the victory song, and I extend gratitude to our traditional singers and cultural ambassadors, Lyle Tutusis, Monty Sunchild, Al Crawford, Adrienne Lachance, Colin Rain, and Jade Tutusis, who have pre-recorded this victory song for the U of A Convocation ceremonies. If you can, please remain standing. Whatsoever things are true, a promise made here at the University of Alberta over 100 years ago. Today, we are gathered to celebrate this commitment to ourselves and to our community. We celebrate with all those who leave here today with their degrees. May you continue to seek truth. May you continue to serve in our global home. May you continue to grow in wisdom and understanding. And may you continue to uphold the university's values of integrity, freedom, and the equality and dignity of all persons, to create a community filled with promise for the future and goodwill toward all. Please be seated. So welcome, everyone, to the University of Alberta and to our convocation ceremony this morning. My name is Peggy Garrity, and I have the great privilege of serving as the Chancellor for the University of Alberta and conferring all of your degrees today. I'd like to acknowledge that the University of Alberta is located on Treaty 6 territory and the homelands of the Métis. In stating this, we must recognize our responsibility in working in relationship alongside First Nation and Métis people and their communities on our way forward, and in good relations in uplifting the whole people for the next 7 generations and the university for tomorrow. On behalf of the entire university community, I'm delighted to welcome you to this convocation, the first time we've been able to gather together in person since November 2019. And the first time as Chancellor that I've been able to actually look out and see all of your faces and be able to congratulate you in person. So I know you're really excited for today. I have to say, so am I. Graduates, we're very pleased that so many of your friends and family members could join us to celebrate your degrees today. As you participate in today's ceremony, you're walking in the footsteps of many generations of scholars. And each of the traditions you see on the stage and throughout the ceremony today have special meaning and significance. Today's formal opening procession to the stage, led by our Chief Marshal and the University Mace, originates in the procession of the Guild of Teachers. Such guilds in past centuries were dedicated to the pursuit of knowledge, just as our university is today. The many different academic gowns, hoods, and caps here on the stage today reflect centuries of university tradition. As Chancellor, I wear our University of Alberta colors of green and gold. The different colors of your faculty hoods signify to everyone here and to society the degree that you have earned. Your caps, those Oxford-style mortarboards, may be considered a symbol of the scholar's independence. These symbols and traditions remind us of our connections to the past, but seeing your faces today and conferring your degrees is all about the future. It's about your future and the future you will create for our communities and for the world. We'll hear from Mr. Abner Montero on behalf of our Board of Governors and President and Vice Chancellor Bill Flanagan, who both join me here in recognizing your accomplishments today. We're also joined by traditional knowledge keeper Donald Langford. Welcome, Donald, who is here today to extend a special recognition to Indigenous members of our learning community. Distinguished guests on the convocation stage also include a number of community leaders, members of our faculty and academy, and our college deans. I'm very pleased that deans and professors from our faculties of graduate studies and research and arts are here to congratulate each graduand as you cross the stage. We'll also hear from Ms. Ingrid Critch, who has accepted our invitation to receive an honorary doctorate of laws, our university's highest honor. An honorary degree recognizes inspiring role models and leaders, celebrating extraordinary achievements or remarkable service to our society. And I'm so proud to be able to celebrate your honorary degree today. Following the presentation of the honorary degree, we'll begin the recognition of your degrees. One of our deans will present you on behalf of the faculties, and our president will guide you through your pledge to pursue the encouragement of learning and the public good. It will then be my great honor to admit you to your degrees and confer upon you all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities that come with being a university graduate. Then it'll be your turn to be up here with us. Each of you will cross the stage as your name is called. And I know that for everyone here, that's probably the most important part of the ceremony this morning. Your degree will actually be conferred as I congratulate you and we meet each other on the stage. I've been advised that my hand would be very sore from handshaking after thousands of students at 14 convocation events. So please just pause and as you cross the stage so we have a chance to congratulate each and every one of you. That moment will bind you and the University of Alberta together for all time. We're here to welcome you to the University of Alberta alumni family, and I hope you enjoy the day. I'd like to start by inviting greetings from Mr. Abner Montero on behalf of the Board of Governors.
Eminent Chancellor Garrity, President Flanagan, distinguished guests, graduates, families, and friends. I'm very pleased to participate on this special day on behalf of the Board of Governors, to bring the Board's greetings and hearty congratulations. Today is a day of celebration, when the entire university community, along with your families and friends, gathers to celebrate you, the graduating class of 2022. It's also a day to celebrate the university, which by virtue of this marvelous milestone has successfully provided you with the academic resources to support your engagement with the issues and opportunities of 2022 and into the future. Collectively and cooperatively, you will be the generation that moves society forward in the arts, in the economy, in knowledge, discovery, and research. You've been changed over your years at the U of A. The knowledge you've gained here will enable you to address society's issues, influence others, and shape our collective future. You're now the kind of citizens who will apply critical thought, share your knowledge, foster common understanding, and employ the skills you've gained to better society in a competent, thoughtful, ethical, and engaged way, today, tomorrow, and in the future. Our very heartfelt congratulations to you, your families, friends, and supporters. Be proud. Savor your success. Enjoy today, and we wish you all the very best in the future.
It's now my pleasure to invite President Flanagan to address Convocation.
Well, thank you, Chancellor Garrity. And as the Chancellor mentioned, I am also thrilled to be here today. As you may know, I've been in the role of President now for 2 years, and last week and this week marks my first opportunity to attend Convocation in person. And so I know it's a thrilling day for all of you, but it's likewise a thrilling day for me, and I'm really delighted that we're able to get back together once again in person to celebrate. I also want to extend a warm welcome to our honorary degree recipient, our many guests in the audience, and of course, the graduating class of 2022. It's all of you that we're here to celebrate today. And the journey you've made is one that is filled with excitement and exploration, but it's also one that can be occasionally arduous. What you've accomplished takes fortitude and commitment, many late nights and early mornings, and what I'm sure were impressive amounts of caffeinated beverages, and the determination to persevere, even in the face of occasionally formidable odds and overwhelming workloads. And that's the journey experienced by a typical university graduate. But as we all know, your journey has been anything but typical. You've had to earn your degrees amid unprecedented global conditions during the past 2 years, and this has not gone unnoticed. On behalf of the University of Alberta, I want to offer our profound appreciation to each and every one of you. Throughout the many changes and challenges of the past 2 years, you have always been quick to adapt. You have been resilient. But above all, you have demonstrated your commitment to doing all we can to keep one another safe. So thank you, all of you. And in addition to managing through COVID, as you may have noticed, the university has been navigating its own challenging circumstances. And I'll restrain the urge to regale you with riveting tales about budget cuts and academic restructuring. But suffice it to say, the university has undergone its own evolutionary journey in the past 2 years. There's still more work to be done, but by having now implemented most of the major changes, I know that our university is prepared for the future. We are well positioned to continue stewarding this remarkable institution that has grown and endured and cultivated knowledge for 114 years. And throughout, our core mission has always remained unchanged: to build one of the world's great universities for the public good. And that's not mere rhetoric. There are many universities in the world doing meaningful work, but there are not many universities in the world doing globally recognized research on such a comprehensive array of some of the greatest challenges facing the globe. Challenges like climate change, developing sustainable energy systems of the future, global food security, advancing and defending free and democratic societies committed to justice, equity, and opportunity for all, harnessing the potential of artificial intelligence to better society, and advancing human health and wellness in our local communities and around the world. I am proud to say that the University of Alberta is among a small handful of global universities with the research and teaching strength to make world-changing contributions to each and every one of these significant challenges. We are leading the way with purpose to develop solutions for our planet and our society. And perhaps one of the greatest challenges facing the globe is the urgent need to build a more inclusive and equitable world with opportunity for all in the face of mounting threats around the world to the core values of a free and democratic society. This is where I believe the social sciences and humanities, including the arts, have such a critical role to play. I am enormously proud of how the entire University of Alberta community, where we are home to the Canadian Institute of Ukrainian Studies, has stood proudly with Ukraine as it bravely fights to preserve its free and democratic society. I'm also so proud of the university's new Indigenous Strategic Plan, outlining an ambitious vision for the meaningful inclusion of Indigenous peoples and Indigenous ways of knowing in all that we do as a university community. The plan lays out the next stage in building and sustaining respectful and mutual relationships with Indigenous communities and knowledge keepers. It will support the participation of Indigenous faculty, staff, and students in the university's offerings and make space for Indigenous ways of knowing and the indigenization of curricula and research. The plan will help us hold ourselves accountable to the goals that we've set together. We're also leveraging the power of artificial intelligence and machine learning, an area where we are one of the top 3 universities in the world, and harnessing this power to build a more inclusive and just society. For example, the University of Alberta researchers are using artificial intelligence to help combat political polarization in our public debate by analyzing social media conversations about energy and energy policies. They've examined the data and found that despite the polarized rhetoric one hears, there's actually a broad-based consensus around energy. So at a time when hyper-partisanship is trying to force us into opposing camps, these tools can help us realize that we actually have a lot in common, and they hold the potential to inject more civility back into our public discourse. This is what sets our university apart, our impact in the world and the difference that we can make. And this is no better demonstrated than in the recent Times Higher Education Impact Ranking. This ranking is the only global performance measure that assesses universities against the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, including ending poverty, ending world hunger, climate action, and sustainable land use. I am proud to report that among over 2,000 universities worldwide, this year the University of Alberta ranked number 11. This is the impact that we're having in Alberta, in Canada, and around the world. And the latest QS World Rankings has just been published last week, and this is one of the most highly regarded, prestigious university rankings in the world. And in 1 year, the University of Alberta jumped no less than 16 spots, which is completely unheard of, and we now rank 110 in the world among the top 8% of the world's universities. A powerful measure of our reputation and impact around the world. Yet, our most significant impact is represented by all of you here today, and that is our exceptional graduates. Undoubtedly, the U of A's most significant contribution to society and to the world is the remarkable talent of our graduates and all of the incredible things that you will do as you embark on this next chapter in your lives. You are the problem solvers and the change makers. You are the builders and thinkers and leaders who will help us find our way through the world's thorniest issues. You're the ones who will bring new energy and fresh thinking to the great debates and challenges of our times. We can't wait to learn about all of the amazing ways that you will use your skills and knowledge and curiosity to help to shape an evolving economy, nurture our fragile planet, and build a stronger and more just society. We know it's not going to take you long before you make a real difference in the world as you walk out these doors today, and we could not be more proud of you. So today we celebrate your achievements, the bright futures that lie ahead for all of you as part of a growing and global University of Alberta family. Congratulations.
Knowledge shall not be the concern of scholars alone. The uplifting of the whole people shall be its final goal.
They inspire us all with their brilliance, creative force, and fervent desire to make the world a better place.
I accept in the name of our poor people.
Dream your dreams. It is possible to have a new kind of world.
Those who receive an honorary degree from the University of Alberta set the highest standards of dedication and excellence for students and for society at large.
It is a good day to be you.
Remember who you are. Remember where you come from.
And while their backgrounds and fields of endeavor vary widely, all are exceptional.
Maybe it's best if I just speak from the heart.
We face today a clash of ignorances.
You are who make the history. You are who create the future.
U of A honorary degree recipients embody the university's vision to inspire the human spirit through outstanding achievements in learning, discovery, and citizenship in a creative community.
Your generation will be called upon to balance what is now moving quickly to a tipping point.
I think we are now in the threshold of a new beginning.
It is a spirit that is building one of the world's great universities for the public good.
It is your attitude that will sustain you. It is not what happens to you, it is what you do with it.
Go out and not simply change the world, go out and save the world. That is what I would seek you to do.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate of the University of Alberta, it is my privilege to introduce Ingrid Critch for the honorary degree of Doctor of Laws, our institution's highest honor. Ms. Critch is an anthropologist whose work in support of Gwich'in people has contributed significantly to the documentation, revitalization, and resilience of Gwich'in culture and heritage in the Northwest Territories and the Yukon. She earned her Honours BA in Anthropology and Geography at McGill University and an MA in Anthropology at McMaster University. She also conducted preliminary research towards a PhD here at the University of Alberta. Following the settlement of the Gwich'in and Métis Comprehensive Land Claim in 1992, she became the founding executive director of the Gwich'in Social and Cultural Institute, now known as the Gwich'in Tribal Council's Department of Cultural Heritage. And she served as its Director of Research from 1998 until her retirement in 2019. During that time, she published numerous works which were foundational to heritage cultural designations and sites such as the Negwich'unjik or Mackenzie River National Historical Site. By partnering with numerous universities, museums, and other researchers, Ms. Critch has contributed to the celebration of Gwich'in culture through publications, through museum and web exhibits, ethnographic and feature films, material culture revitalization, topographical maps depicting traditional place names, and a companion place name and story atlas, which is now available online. An honorary member of the Gwich'in Nation, Ms. Critch was also recognized with the Wise Woman Award from the Status of Women Council of the Northwest Territories, and she was awarded the Queen Elizabeth II Diamond Jubilee Award. Thanks in part to the research directed and participated in by Ms. Critch, the Gwich'in Tribal Council's Department of Cultural Heritage was awarded the 2020 Governor General's History Award for Excellence in Community Programming. In the spirit of reconciliation and decolonization, her work has been in support of Gwich'in people rather than acquiring personal accolades. Her kind spirit, her generosity, and collaborative approach to research have inspired more than 2 generations of Gwich'in youth and graduate students, while also contributing to the hope for cultural continuity experienced by many elders. Today, we honor Ingrid Critch, dedicating her work to Northern Indigenous peoples to carry out community-based and community-driven and collaborative research that helps to document and revitalize Indigenous cultures, Indigenous languages, and economies. And we celebrate her commitment to engaging in respectful dialogue that advances the process of reconciliation in Canada. Eminent Chancellor, with great pride and respect, I present Ingrid Critch.
Ingrid Diana Critch, in recognition of meaningful contributions as an anthropologist to support the resilience of the Gwich'in people and to document and revitalize Gwich'in heritage, I desire to confer upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Laws, and to express the hope that we shall continue to be enriched by your wise counsel for many years to come. Eminent Chancellor, President, members of the Board of Governors and of the Senate, faculty, staff, graduates, family, and friends, I'm truly humbled and delighted to accept this honorary degree. It is not an honor that I ever expected in my lifetime, and I thank the nominators who put my name forward. Thank you very much for this great distinction and for the privilege of addressing you today. These past 2.5 years have been a great challenge for us all with COVID-19, and so it is a joy to be here in person to join in your celebration. Just 4 years ago, our daughter graduated in the same hall. It was an immensely proud moment for our family, and I can see it's an equally proud moment for everyone today. This morning, I was gifted with a beautiful pair of beaded moosehide moccasins made by Gwich'in elder Agnes Mitchell. Hai Cho, thank you, Agnes. Kai Tre Ninitsi Nizin. The moccasins are very beautiful. This is such a special gift, and one that reminds me of the importance of walking softly on the earth, as the Gwich'in have done for many generations. Being respectful of others and becoming well educated were values instilled in me in my youth. My parents believed that a good education is one of the greatest gifts you can give to yourself, your family, and your community. You have all worked hard for your degree in exceptionally challenging times. And if you were helped along the way, as I certainly was when I was a graduate student here, this is a good day to thank your supporters. But your education does not stop here. As you go out into the world, continue to be curious, ask questions, connect with new people, ideas, and worldviews. There's still much to learn. And step out of your comfort zone and do what you love to the best of your abilities. And if you're uncertain about what to do, be open to exploring different possibilities. Listen less to your fears and more to your dreams until you find what feels right. Finding purpose will enrich your life, and you will accomplish things you never thought possible. Throughout my career as an anthropologist, Indigenous elders inspired me, initially the Cree in northern Quebec, and later the Gwich'in of the Northwest Territories. Both are people of the land whose many stories capture deep and encyclopedic knowledge about the cultural landscapes they live in. They see the world as a rich web of responsibilities and obligations between humans, animals, and other entities they share the land with. They look not only to the past and the present, but generations into the future. They're environmentalists long before the concept became fashionable. As an anthropologist, I welcome the opportunity to work in partnership with Indigenous peoples to better understand and record their knowledge. We have much to learn from land-based people. And while working for the Gwich'in, I was blessed to have Elder Alistine Andre as my research partner for 30 years. We worked hard, but we also laughed a great deal, became close friends, and became a part of each other's extended family. I'm truly delighted to acknowledge and to thank Alistine, who is here today. Hai Cho, Alistine. During our research, we listened to many stories and were guided and mentored by extraordinary elders. In Western terms, their oral stories encode knowledge that is equivalent to a library of books. We recorded traditional knowledge on subjects such as clothing, place names, land use, and the use of plants for food and medicine. We traveled thousands of kilometers by boat and by snowmobile. And in the process, we learned firsthand that the elders knew every aspect of their lands intimately.
The land was not a vast wilderness to them. It was their home, and they knew it in the same way as someone knows the inside of their own house. Many of the elders we worked with saw a great change in their lifetimes and worried about what they saw, particularly the pain and the trauma of residential schools on their families, and more recently, the impacts of climate change on their lands and way of life. I too am worried, but I have hope that your generation will help set the world on a healing path. As I look back on the 50 years I have studied and worked as an anthropologist, I have seen positive changes in the relationship between Indigenous and non-Indigenous peoples and the Canadian state. And as citizens, we're slowly acknowledging and understanding our dark colonial history and the harm we have done as settlers. But there's still much to do to arrive at full reconciliation. We must connect more, human to human, in healthy, respectful, and kind ways. We must find what we have in common while still respecting our cultural differences. And we must create a more equitable world through action, not just talk. I believe the more we know and understand each other, the better our world will be. Dr. Jane Goodall, well-known primatologist and anthropologist, once said, "You cannot get through a single day without having an impact on the world around you. What you do makes a difference, and you must decide what kind of difference you want to make." Graduates, as you go out into the world, my challenge to you is this. Ask yourself, what kind of world do you want to live in? And what will you do to make a better place? As you walk the earth, walk softly as the Gwich'in do, and think of the generations that will follow. Congratulations, graduates. I wish you much success and joy in all that you do. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Critch. Your example, your stories, your messages about walking softly in the earth, and also remembering the difference that each one of us can make. These are important stories and important messages for all of us to remember. I'd like to commemorate this honorary degree and would now ask you to sign our University Honor Roll. And that makes it official. You are now a member of the University of Alberta class of 2022. Welcome to the family. And now, graduates, it's your turn. As the name of each graduate is called to cross the stage, I will formally admit you to your degrees and we'll have an opportunity to congratulate you. On your journey across the stage, you will also walk past the University of Alberta ceremonial mace. That's it in the middle of the stage there. Centuries ago, the mace was a symbol of authority over life and death, and I can assure you that's no longer a case, and for that I'm really grateful. Today, this mace represents the life-changing power of knowledge and the importance of our university and our graduates in the community. I look forward to seeing every one of you up on the stage.
I would like to ask the candidates for degrees to please rise if you are able, and to follow along on page 5 of the Convocation program. You will be asked to provide a spoken response for the pledge the President will read out shortly and will be displayed on the screen. Eminent Chancellor and President, on behalf of the faculty, I present to you these scholars and ask that they be pledged and admitted to the degrees to which they are entitled.
Now, to our graduates, when you respond to the pledge, I want to hear the rafters of the Jubilee rattle. Do you promise faithfully to observe and loyally maintain the statutes, customs, privileges, and liberties of this, your university? Do you solemnly promise to conduct yourself in all things loyally and faithfully to the honor of your university, the encouragement of learning, and the good of your country?
These things I pledge myself to do.
Well done, I heard a rattle.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of this province, and with the consent of this university, I admit you to the degrees to which you are entitled, and invest you with all the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining to such degrees. I charge you to use them for the uplifting of the whole people, to inspire the human spirit, to serve your community for the public good, and to pursue more steadfastly whatsoever things are true. Please be seated.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Steve Patton and Professor Brooke Milne, I present the following graduates for degrees in the Faculty of Arts and Faculty of Graduate Studies and Research. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, awarded the Governor General's Gold Medal, Claire Marie Thompson.
Dr. Claire Thompson is the recipient of the Governor General's Gold Medal, awarded at the Spring 2022 Convocation by the Faculty of Graduate Studies and Research. This medal is presented on behalf of the Governor General of Canada, Her Excellency the Right Honourable Mary Simon. Established in 1873, the Governor General's Gold Medal is one of the most prestigious awards that can be received by a student at a Canadian educational institution for exceptional academic achievement. Dr. Thompson's hometown is Canopus, Saskatchewan. She holds a Bachelor of Arts, double honors in History and Native Studies, and a Master of Arts in History from the University of Saskatchewan. And today she receives her Doctor of Philosophy degree from the Department of History, Classics, and Religion. Dr. Thompson's thesis is titled Digging Roots and Remembering Relatives, Lakota Kinship and Movement in the Northern Great Plains, from the Wood Mountain uplands across Lakota, Thamokosh, Lakota country, 1881 to 1940. Her research sought to reframe Lakota history by using Lakota kinship belonging as a foundational part of Lakota society, decision-making, and ways of relating. Written Lakota histories have often focused on military events, battles, and chiefs. Instead, she wanted to include women, ordinary people and families, and the flexibility and adaptability of Lakota people, rather than just warfare and political interactions with colonial nation states. She worked to place archival sources and conversations with family and community members to examine findings, make the archives more accessible, and illuminate kin and community connections between historical subjects. Instead of using nation-state approaches to history, such as American or Canadian history, her study reframed Lakota history with Lakota conceptions of place, especially Lakota, Thamakosh, Lakota country. She was lucky to have the opportunity to begin to learn the Lakota language at the Oglala, a Lakota college in South Dakota, which helped her think more deeply in new ways. She is the secretary of the Wood Mountain Historical Society and volunteers as curator, archivist, and staff manager at the Wood Mountain Rodeo Ranch Museum, which is operated by the Historical Society. And she now works as a historian for Parks Canada. She was the recipient of several prestigious awards at the University of Alberta, including the Shirk Doctoral Fellow, the Fulbright Traditional Student Scholarship, and the BMO Financial Group Graduate Scholarship. She currently ranches with her family in the Wood Mountain uplands of southern Saskatchewan. Please accept our heartiest congratulations, Dr. Thompson. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Anna Bettini. Cornell Justin Anthony Bogle. Matthew Curtis Kelly. Karen Sue Tate. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Master of Arts, Reginald Aqua. Angela Gomes Cowart. Gillian Harris. Mona Moradi. Siobhan Marie King. Laura Shannon McLean. Min Kwang Dang Nguyen. Enoch Dominic Okwaro. Thomas Sarpong. Rosemary Dawn Wombold. Junshi Wu. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Master of Fine Arts, Lindsay Danielle Bond. Denacho Philip Thompson. Thank you. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Steve Patton, I present the following graduates for degrees in the Faculty of Arts and for the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honors. Receiving today both a Bachelor of Arts and a certificate in Archaeology, Juliette Rose Bedard with first-class honors. Sarah Catherine Brackett with first-class honors. Awarded a Rutherford Memorial Medal in English and a Serenity Christie Prize in English, Samantha Caitlin Burren with first-class honors. And as if that weren't enough, she's also receiving today a certificate in international learning. Receiving a certificate in applied social science and research, Cassandra Elizabeth Calkins with first-class honors. Awarded an SW Field Prize in History, Tegan Elizabeth Cameron with first-class honors. Kirsten Hannah Cox with first-class honors. Daniel Benedict Dakanai with first-class honors. Wenbo Do. Mengwan Don. Besindone Dumi Leslie with first-class honors. Receiving a baccalaureate and a certificate in European Studies, Molly Elizabeth Fandre. Elodie Flower with first-class honors. Neil Douglas Gorman. Receiving both a baccalaureate and a certificate in finance, David Richard Gutenberg. Sky Morgan Marie Haggerty with first-class honors. Receiving a baccalaureate, a certificate in international learning, and a certificate in archaeology, Abigail Joelle Harding. Rebecca Marie Hicks with first-class honors. Usman Khan with first-class honors. Linga Kong. Madeline Catherine Manziak with first-class honors, also receiving a certificate in community engagement and service learning. Rebecca Claire Moore. Maria Lene Nelson. Zoe Rose Pitchell with first-class honors. Edward Gordon Sanders with first-class honors. Receiving a baccalaureate and a certificate in applied social science research, Tyler Todd Schnur with first-class honors. Chloe Millicent Grace Simmons with first-class honors. Andrea Jennifer Sonnenberg. Lakota Bryn Steddle with first-class honors. Jonna May Stewart with first-class honors. Harmon James Tamura with first-class honors. And an excellent bow tie. Samantha Danielle Topilko with first-class honors. Chuchang Wu. Yinghao Ju with first-class honors. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Haley Lynn Acocella. Parker Malcolm Adam. Thank you for the wake-up call. Victor Adu Poku with distinction. Bethlehem Burhanu Angasa. Receiving both a baccalaureate and a certificate in international learning, Karen Ampia Asiadu with distinction. Sarah Josephine Backmere. Receiving a baccalaureate and a certificate in civil military leadership, Benjamin Quinton Beggs. Madison Cassidy Dawn Bell with distinction. Lauren Renee Belter with distinction. Desiree Cheryl Benoit. Jane Margaret Billingsley with distinction. Katrina Rose Bowles. Jenna Ann Eileen Browsen. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts and a certificate in international learning, Amy Chanel Brown with distinction. Shannon Laura Brown with distinction. Sungwoo Bian. Lauren Taylor Carlson. Yiyun Chen. Jason Wing Sing Chung. Receiving her baccalaureate and a certificate in computer game development, Nicole Chick. Juanita Soile Cordova. Sydney Lynn Costa. Catherine Elizabeth Couture. Marissa Josephine Crosby with distinction. Tommy Tat Tong Dao. Jade Mariah Deputan. Abigail Helen DeLulo. Wenhui Du. Faizo Afarie Elmi. Ejiro Olamide Enaibe. Karui Fan. Joe Fan. Shannon Taylor Forbes. Simon Anthony Foster. Andrada Christiana Gaidanov with distinction. Cassidy Sky Gale. Receiving a baccalaureate, a certificate in international learning, and a certificate in computer game development, Bethany Margaret Rose Gerlach with distinction. Holly Sarah Gerard with distinction. Aritra Ghosh. Eleanor Serafina Fairchild. Jules Brittany Goff. Stephen Alexander Graham Newman. Ke Guan. Wenjing Guan with distinction. Kimberly Sophia Hadford with distinction. Emily Samantha Hagstrom with distinction. Nathaniel Hyla. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts and a certificate in Economics and Management of Natural Resources, Energy and the Environment, Toeha Hasnain with, thank you. Evan Mackenzie Hemmerling. Receiving a baccalaureate and a certificate in community engagement and service learning, Maisie Hillman with distinction. Lok Yi Ho with distinction. Shannon Ann Hogan. Kate Ann Houston. Xinjiang Huang. Xinyi Huang. Zitong Huang. Receiving a baccalaureate and a certificate in European Studies, Sophia Margaret Frances Hurst. Receiving a baccalaureate and a certificate in sustainability, Clarissa Gu with distinction. Stephanie Celeste Isaac. Onesega Haige Aitegebo. I'm really sorry if I've watched that one very badly. What they said. Taylor Ann Jeffrey with distinction. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts and a certificate in international learning, Christina Ann Johnson. Mary Catherine Johnston with distinction. Victoria Sophia Patricia Junker. Receiving a baccalaureate, a certificate in interdisciplinary leadership studies, and a certificate in international learning, Liam Frederick Kachkar with distinction. Wael Samir Khalid. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts, a certificate in global citizenship, and a certificate in international learning, Isan Omar Khalifa. Paige Alexandra Lakeman. Nicole Ria Ann Lang. Kate Elizabeth Leach with distinction. Receiving a baccalaureate and a certificate in interdisciplinary leadership studies, Rowan John Christopher Lee with distinction. Han Shu Lee. Hui Lee. Kate Lee with distinction. Riyang Li. Siyu Li. Wang Yu Liu. Zhongho Liu. Yan Yu. Yanxi Liu. Yufei Ma. Yang Yan Long. Receiving a baccalaureate and a certificate in international learning, Emily Sarah Lawrence with distinction. Bogdan Lukyanov. Shuqian Luo. Wei Luo with distinction. Jessica Ann Ma. Ava Carolyn Mainville with distinction. Antarjot Kaur Mander. Riley Grace Maxwell. Lauren Nicole McDonald. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts, a certificate in interdisciplinary leadership studies, and a certificate in sustainability, Cameron Wilson McDowell. Mara Kathleen McKinley. Farah Murhi. Molly Ann Miko. Awarded a Douglas E. Smith Gold Medal in Arts, and receiving a Bachelor of Arts and a certificate in language documentation and revitalization, Heather Lee Moon with distinction. Faith Moses with distinction. Sezvo Ndemu Mi Punfunya with distinction. Jacinta Bernadette Georgina Maria Nadeau with distinction. Paige Kennedy Nelson. Nuryonda Ibolya Motsi. Dingyang Ni. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts, a certificate in finance, and a certificate in international learning, Sinmilu Lua Elizabeth and the last name Ogoniran. Josephine Okunlola. Irmak Sue Onaran with distinction. Mara Anastasia Polniak. Sitcheng Pan. Ethan Alistair Park with distinction. Colby Grant Parkula with distinction. Virinder Singh Paul. Marisa Isabel Piatelli. Shelby Elaine Pierce. Rinjing Pu. Zoetzi Pu. Sachin Pundir with distinction. Receiving a baccalaureate and a certificate in finance, Nabil Rahman. Simran Rao with distinction. Benjamin Thomas Reeves. Sabine Tatya Roach with distinction. Jezing Rong. Rubadran Selvarajan. Adam Kenneth Shambla. Nathan Quinn Sharon with distinction. Georgia Margaret Renee Shaw with distinction. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts and a certificate in Translation Studies, Michelle Yi Ting Xia. Patricia Ann Sirant. Serena Marie Sitars with distinction. Tongjo Song. Alexandra Fate Soriano with distinction.
David Michael Andrew Spock with distinction. Catherine Paula Stulke with distinction. Alicia Otilia Stark. Katerina Brianne Stedman. Sydney Ann Storty with distinction. Emma Marion Tate with distinction. Robin Taylor with distinction. Dylan Takar with distinction. Jennifer Poikwan Tsoi. Callie Rose Tulin. Claire Antoinette Verheyen with distinction. Elier Villenreal Moncado. Emma May Lois Villeneuve. Johnny Vo. Drew Everett Voklander. Tenyu Wan. Pinri Wang. Yeyu Wang. Zimu Wang. Mitchell Braden Wierstra. Receiving also a certificate in international learning, Natalie Sloan Wilcox with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in finance, Evan Douglas Wong with distinction. Receiving both a Bachelor of Arts and certificate in finance, Sun Man Wong. Mung Yo Xue. Shui Ye Xiong. Yao Wen Yang. Tianyi Yin. Jiaming Yu. Jeline Ariane Fruto Zarasate. Yun Fan Zhang. Biyan Zhao with distinction. Shihao Zhao. Sambo Zhao. Yaran Zhuang. Elias Benjamin Ziff with distinction. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts in Art and Design. Amber Daniela Ascoro Dahl. Hannah Marley Dotzenroth with distinction. Jennifer Elizabeth Fernando with distinction. Audrey Gamponia. Jillian Rachel Hollett with distinction. Crisia Ivana Ireta with distinction. Lily John. Kame Ria Quintana Lim with distinction. Colette Lauren Nadon, also receiving a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Art and Design and certificate in Computer Game Development. Adriana Georgina Pasaran Ugarte. Sydney Margaret Irene Rusnak. Mikhaili May Shapka. Boyd Drew Weber with distinction. Kim Wu with distinction. Jin Ying Su with distinction. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Design. Isana Journey Aviant Lario with distinction. Jared Beck with distinction. Kyle Charles Evans Bigaray with distinction. Avery Hope Blair with distinction. Emily Marie Claire Davis with distinction. Makda Tadesse Gezerhe. Abigail Nicole Hoover. Carlos Agustin Harquin with distinction, also receiving a certificate in interdisciplinary leadership studies, a certificate in international learning, and a certificate in sustainability. Michaela Beth Just with distinction. Thomas Colton Coons. Jai Ma with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in sustainability, Riley Braden Molesky with distinction. Olivia Mukhopadhyay with distinction. Laura Catherine Oshanik with distinction. Larissa Elizabeth Petitus with distinction. Miranda Gillian Robinson. Alicia Amelia Ross. Manpreet Singh. Vivian Trin with distinction. Dustin Michael Wadrop with distinction. Michaela Renee Angelique Yo with distinction. Amelia Ariana Zayan, also receiving a certificate in international learning. Eva Yo Ying Zong with distinction. Natalie Gabriela Zuria. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts in Drama. Colin Tanner Blukins with distinction. Kenzie Bowes. Charlotte Louise Braid with distinction. Samuel Elbert Free with distinction. Benjamin Robert Joseph Kuchera with distinction. Abigail Shuett McDougall with distinction. Shaughnessy Alexis O'Brien with distinction. Elizabeth Marie Page. Emily Thorne with distinction. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Environmental Studies. Prapiot Aurora with distinction, also receiving a certificate in sustainability.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty, I present to you the remaining scholars whose names appear in the Convocation program, but who are not in attendance.
Well, you made it. You are now graduates of the University of Alberta, and for family and friends, I think this moment merits a standing ovation. And to our graduates, I think there's another group in the auditorium that also merits a standing ovation. I'd ask that you stand and turn and thank your family and friends who sustained you through this journey. Please be seated. And it's now time to turn our attention to the final part of today's ceremony. And before you are formally welcomed into the University of Alberta Alumni Association, I invite you to watch the screens for a presentation of a special video montage. The song that accompanies the video, Je te retrouve, or I Remember You, was commissioned by Campus Saint-Jean in 2008 in honor of the U of A centenary. It captures the hopefulness and potential of days spent at the university, and hopefully will spark some of your own memories of your years here. The song is also a display of many U of A talents. It was composed by Professor Emeritus and honorary degree recipient Dr. France Levasseur-Ouimet, and was arranged by U of A alumnus Dr. Alan Bevan. And the recording is performed by Chorale Saint-Jean under the direction of Laurier Fagnon. And I have to tell you, I've seen this many, many times, and it always brings a tear to my eye. I think you're going to enjoy it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Eminent Chancellor, thank you. To the graduating class of 2022, you have shown incredible resiliency, drive, and determination to be here today, and so many distinctions. Congratulations and welcome. My name is Sheethal Mehta Walsh, and I graduated from the University of Alberta in 1994 from the Faculty of Arts. It is my honor to congratulate you on becoming a U of A alumnus and to officially welcome you to our family, our alumni family. We are more than 300,000 strong, living in some 140 countries around the world. We are a supportive, proud, diverse, global network, collectively making extraordinary contributions to the alumni community, the university, and for the public good. Together, we are change makers, community builders, and world shapers. Throughout the history of the university, our world has faced many challenges. But when we stand together, we generate the solutions that make us healthier, safer, stronger, and more just. We will always be seeking, always be challenging, and most of all, always be leading. Like our university, our alumni lead with purpose. Congratulations and best wishes in all of your future endeavors.
Thank you, Sheethal. And now we are coming to the close of our ceremonies this morning. And so in closing, I would like to offer a few words of thanks to Dr. Ingrid Critch. Thank you once again for sharing your story and your wisdom with our university family. You are an inspiring example of leadership, service, and accomplishment. In accepting this honorary degree, you bring great honor to the University of Alberta. Thank you. I also wish to thank our talented vocalist, Aaron Moore, and our outstanding Convocation band under the direction of Dr. Thomas Dust. And not surprisingly, there is a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes to organize events like today's. And so I wish to acknowledge the hard work of the staff of the Office of the Registrar and the Office of the Senate for their organization of today's convocation. And I invite all of you to stay for a while after the ceremony, linger out there in the foyers and greet your friends and family. Take some pictures. I think it's probably still raining outside, so it's better to stay in and get the pictures inside. Finally, to our graduates, congratulations for all you have accomplished leading up to the conferral of your degree. On top of the normal challenges of completing a degree, these past 2 years have been incredibly challenging, and I want to acknowledge your determination and perseverance that helped you get to this day. Might be a bit of a cliche to say we're all in this together, but the past years have taught us how much that simple message rings true. Your convocation today symbolizes what we can achieve together, how we can uplift the whole people, how we can continue to explore and pursue the truth when we unleash the creativity, the energy, and ideas and compassion of the students who are graduating today and will lead the way for tomorrow. I hope that you feel incredibly proud of what you have accomplished in your years at our university. You have spent hours, months, and years listening and learning, digging into complex issues and topics, thinking critically about some of the most pressing issues of our time, sharing time with friends and colleagues, and preparing for wherever your journey might take you. In turn, we are incredibly proud of you, our newest graduates. You bring us hope for the future. You inspire us with your energy, your enthusiasm, and ideas. Whatever path you choose, I encourage you above all else to understand you can make a positive difference in our world. and I can assure you that the University of Alberta will be here cheering you on from the sidelines as each of you pursues your next hopes and dreams. Congratulations, thank you for being here, and enjoy the ceremony.